All right, so here we are back in a park again because it is a beautiful day in upstate New York. It's about 65 degrees, slight breeze going. Very, very nice out. So we kind of take advantage of these days and do videos outside. But today's video is going to be a little bit hard for me to actually do because you've probably already seen the title and the thumbnail of this video where we'll be taking a look at the Geonix Revision 2.5 from Chosfox. And the reason these videos are always hard for the boards from them is that they're typically pretty good. So there really isn't much for me to say other than kind of take a look at the board, tear it down, kind of point out some of the cool design decisions that they made, and then do a typing test. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to jump to the overhead and we're just going to take a look at the Geonix Revision 2.5 from Chosfox. In this little tiny case here is the Geonix Revision 2.5, and I believe the entire kit comes down to around $120. I'm not certain if you get the case or not in that, or if it's kind of a pre-order thing that you get the case, but there's always a nice case to kind of have the board in, and it's very, very small. But I'm just going to open this up, and inside what we will find, of course, is a USB-C to USB-A cable right there. Nice little braided cable you can use. We have our user manual up top here that kind of goes over all this stuff. You will need this specifically to kind of figure out some of the Bluetooth or 2.4 modes, which really you just kind of hold one of the keys and then press some keys, but this will tell you exactly what those are for there. So you do want that to kind of keep note of it. We have our 2.4 dongle up top here because this is a tri-mode board. It has wired connection, it has Bluetooth, and then 2.4 over this, which will give you the kind of lowest latency on this little dongle here. And then we also have in here some additional keycaps, which what I will do is actually open these up. And I'm hoping that this has some Colmac homing keys on it because I use Colmac, and this is reprogrammable through Vial or VIA, and there is also the QMK source code. But it looks like we just have a few different like Mac kind of keys here. So we have an option key, an escape key right there, a command key, if you can kind of see that. So just a few different keys if you're using like a Mac. This will of course work with Mac or Windows. But the main attraction here, of course, is the keyboard, which has these nice Velcro straps in it. And I did already take a look at this before the video to make sure that it does work and everything. I do that before videos sometimes. But in this little wrapper, we will find Geonix Revision 2.5 right here. So you can see I have the white on black 2U spacebar version here. It does come in a split spacebar, so you could have a 1U and a 1U here. It comes in black for the case here, or silver, or there is one that I didn't realize when talking to Chosfox that I could have got. There was actually a polycarbonate case that has like all the RGB that kind of shows through, and it looks really, really nice. But I just have the black one here, which I think looks pretty clean. And like I mentioned, this is kind of a hard video to do because the board's just simple and pretty clean. And if I actually turn it on, I don't know if you'll really see it. Maybe you could see it. It's kind of bright out here, but there is RGB on all of it. But what I want to do really with this is I like to just tear these down and kind of point out some of the design decisions they make internally with it, because I know they did a daughter board on this. They did it on the last one, and I'll talk about that, why that's such a good thing. But what I need to do is find a way into this, and I think if I look here, you can kind of see some screws. I'm gonna have to pop some of the keycaps off, and then I'll have to get inside. So I'm just gonna time lapse through that, and I'll be back after I start getting into the plate. All right, so I wanted to stop this at this point and just kind of show you. I got all the keycaps off. You probably saw in that I was using like this little metal kind of spudger thing here because I actually forgot a keycap puller, which happens when I do these videos outside, as I always end up forgetting something. I remember my filters this time, but I don't remember my keycap puller, but whatever. These are the Chalk V2 white rain switches, which are a linear. They feel very, very nice. They feel actually really nice, but there's like a weird pattern I wanted to point out for like the screws. So that's the reason I took all the keycaps off, is normally I wouldn't take them all off to get inside, because the way you kind of get into this is through the top here. So you have to go through the top. There is nothing really on the bottom. Like there's kind of like 2 down here, 2 here, 1 on each side, 1 here, and then like 3 on the right. So it's kind of a weird layout there. But a big thing they changed on this from the version 2 is if we look here, there is now a actual stabilizer for the middle key, which for some reason on the version 2, they didn't add a stabilizer for the center 2U key. On this one they did, so that's nice to see. But I'm just gonna go through and get these screws out, and I'll be back after that to kind of talk about some of the stuff inside as we start tearing down the stack up. All the screws are out, and I actually wanted to show you really quick. If I flip the switch up top, you can kind of see maybe the RGB a little bit better there now, is that every key does have RGB on it. But I'm gonna turn that off, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of flip this and very gently open it, and what you can see is that there's a bunch of stuff falling out, but we have kind of the stack up and everything in here. The big thing that I really like on this that they do with all their boards, but specifically the revision 2 here, is that if we look at this daughter board, the daughter board is in the bottom of the case here, which is really, really good because they have like this switch on it, right? So there's a switch here. On a lot of their older revisions of different boards, this would kind of be behind the PCB where it would like fall apart when you put the case together, but this is kind of in there where you can just easily put your switch in and keep that all in place. So you're not like doing this weird like balance the keyboard like this when you're kind of reassembling it thing. So that's really nice that they have that. Now there is also a giant battery in here. This is a 1800 milliamp hour battery, so it should last quite a little while on a single charge, especially with like those LEDs and stuff. They're taking that into consideration. And there's like a lot of stacks here of stuff. There is foam in between the plate and the kind of bottom here. So there's foam in between the PCB and the plate here. There's a backer foam to the PCB there, and then there's a bottom foam on the thing here, kind of isolating stuff from the battery and other components and also giving you more sound dampening. So there's a lot of layers here. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers, which you'll see in the typing test just how good this actually sounds. But that's really all there is to it. I mean, there's not much to it. Like I always mention with these Chosfox videos, they're kind of hard to do because of how simple and kind of good their boards are in terms of just they just work and they're very simple. But I can definitely tell with this one, it is definitely more refined. I'm trying to get this bottom foam out here to kind of take a look. It is definitely a more refined design from the revision 2 or even the revision 1 Geonix. And they just kind of keep refining and making this board better, but really there isn't much here to show. I mean, that's what I struggle so much with the Chosfox videos, is that their boards are just simple. They come in at really, really good prices. I mean, 120 bucks for this. I think I said it in my revision 2 video. I don't know how they're actually producing this for that cost, because just manufacture the PCB and the aluminum case alone is probably close to that. Like it's kind of amazing how they can get them for this price, especially with like keycaps and everything here. It's really good. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna time lapse through just putting this back together, and then we're gonna just go do a typing test on it. So let's go do that now. So here it is all back assembled, and if I actually turn this on here, you'll see, maybe not, you probably won't see. I'll put like some B-roll so you can actually see, but there is RGB in there, so it is glowing on the back, and I really do regret not knowing or asking them that there was a polycarbonate version, because that one looks so much cooler than the black one here. But the benefit of the black one here is that it is a really solid chunk of aluminum. It weighs maybe like a pound here, so it is a hefty board. But with that, what we have to do now, of course, we have to go do a typing test. I did mention that this does have some white rain switches in it, which feel really nice and they sound really nice. I did type on a little bit before making this video, and I actually really, really like this board. So what we're gonna do is go do a typing test, and then we'll have some closing words on it. So I think it feels and sounds really nice to type on, as you just saw in that typing test. Here's the board yet again, what it looks like. It's a 4x12 ortho board. I mean, there really isn't much to say, and like I always mention, I mentioned probably like 6 times in this video, Chosfox boards are just good. They come in at great prices, especially for like when you consider this an aluminum board, fully assembled, ready to go. Like that is a very good price for this, especially when you take into consideration it's like the choices they made when designing it to actually make it kind of last longer. You know, if you break the main board or something on it, you can replace that daughter board and you're pretty much good to go, because I think they're putting the components on that little daughter board. But with that, I don't have much else to say here other than I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. I think I did mention it's 120 bucks or so for the kit. I say kit, it's a fully assembled board. You basically pay 120 bucks, you get a fully assembled board that's pretty much ready to go, compatible with Vile, VIA, QMK. So with that, I don't have much else to say. Thank you guys for watching. I'll link everything down below, and I'll see you next time.